ॐ ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु स वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरुवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्ते नमः यदिमे गुरुवे पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणदा व्याख्याता सर्वेदान्तः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो नमः अथर्वऋषे मण्डूकमहर्षे गौडवादाचार्यवर्याय आदिशङ्करद्गुरुवे अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः अथ अथर्वेदान्तमाण्डूक्योपनिषत् शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्ट्वागमस्तनोभिः यशेव देवैतं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यवरिष्णेभिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु शान्तिः 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 अतलात शान्त्याख्य चतुर्थ प्रकरणम्. Let us chant from verse number 68. यथा स्वप्नमयो जीवः जायते म्रियतेऽपि च तथा जीवा अमी सर्वे भवन्ति न भवन्ति च यथा मायामयो जीवः जायते म्रियतेऽपि च तथा जीवा अमी सर्वे भवन्ति न भवन्ति च यथा निर्मितको जीवः जायते म्रियतेऽपि च तथा जीवा अमी सर्वे bhavanti na bhavanti cha. Now we are in a very sacred and crucial junction in our study of Vedanta, especially Upanishads, in that also in the Mandukya, that too in the fourth Alatha Shanti Prakarana, and in that also in the most important verses these 10-12 are. So here three examples Bhagavan Karika Kara is giving and making us understand that in these three examples, whatever you have seen, realized, experienced, and visualized, at the time of seeing, visualizing, experiencing, it appeared to be real. But on a deeper analysis and inquiry, all are found to be unreal. In the same way are the Jagrat Jagats Anubhavas from birth till death, from morning till night, for every Jiva are as unreal and untrue as these three examples. You have to be very conscious and careful and very sublime to catch this ultimate truth for understanding and abiding in which great sacrifices are required. You must be ready for that. But with that readiness, if you are ready to sacrifice and do the sacrifice, the benefits are enormous. That for all the time we have transcended all the bondages and all the dukkha. We are one with that infinitely blissful self. So the gain is more, losses are less. Okay. So in short, what is the whole thing? We have to listen, think, understand, contemplate, realize are only this much. I am experiencing the world too. Me, the experiencer, and world, both of them are contents in Chitta. Without Chitta, they are not there, and they are not there without Chitta. Therefore, they are mutually dependent. And other than this mutual dependency, there is no other pramana to establish their presence. Therefore, both of them are unreal. Then, where both of them are hanging in the pure conscious self, which is the reality, which is Atma, which is Brahma. Why I am not able to experience Atma? Because you are taking these as existing and real. Through the logic and explanation, we are proving it is not there. Then accept it is not there and reject its presence in yourself. Then eternally present self you can recognize. That is what is the entire sadhana about. For that only all these examples. First, the Swapna example is given. So the Swapna Jagat, Swapna Anubhava. So there at the time of Anubhava, Anubhava appeared real, and in that real Anubhava, the experiencer and experienced, both of them are there. On deeper analysis, every experience do in the dream is the chitta of the experiencer only. Then where is the experiencer? Is also in the chitta. And what is the chitta? Ignorance of the pure conscious self. In the ignorance of pure conscious self, the chitta, when it got spandita, immediately the experiencer and experienced world came. And the interaction between experiencer and experienced, called as experience, it appeared and it continued to keep on happening till the knowledge is done. Like how long? Variety of experiences in the dream continue till you wake up. Not one experience in the dream. It's not a standstill picture like a painting on the wall. It is a dynamic happening. In dream, we go to the various places, we meet various people, we talk on various subjects, we do various activities, we perceive so many things, we get through a lot of success and failure dualities, because of which we also go through sukha dukkha. How many were happening in dream? So many. How long? Till we get up, wake up. Once you wake up, all gone. Where are all of them gone? They were all in the waker's mind. In the absence of waker mind's knowledge, they were all projected. But where is waker mind? In the pure conscious self only. Even in dream, for the dreamer, along with the waker mind, kruta impressions, in the dream also the conscious self is there supporting the dreamer also. Consciousness hamesha rehta hai in all the three avasthas. Then, after telling us the example of dream, so too in the waking it is said. So, to make us strongly accept it, three examples are given. Swapnamaya Jivaha, Mayamaya Jivaha, Nirmitikaha Jivaha. So, we have seen these three things. Hmm? Jivaha, plural is Jivaha, singular. So, what is that? Swapnamaya Jivaha, Jayate is born. Here, Jayate, Mriyate is a language used. Because in that language, we are habituated to talk. But technically, it is not Jayate Mriyate, it is appearing and disappearing. Vyaktam and avyaktam. Mriyate means dead. So in the dream, the dreamer and dream world was born and dying. In fact, it doesn't die. It actually disappears. Why? Because it was never born to be dying. It only appeared. So actual truth is appearance and disappearance. Actual language. But because we talk in the language of birth and death, therefore that language is used to instigate us by karika kara, jayate, mriyate. But fact is neither born nor died. It's only appeared and disappeared. It don't die. Like suddenly when you wake up from the dream, it's like all the people who are there in the dream with whom you were having interaction or some discussions कि सब मर गए नहीं होता हो. they जन्म लिए ही नहीं थे वो कैसे मरेंगे? That's how the subtlety of Vedanta. One point. In the dream world and you the dreamer, are they born or are they appeared? If this much you are able to understand, you are Vedanta. They're not born, they're appeared. No, so too, have they died when you wake up? No, because when they are not born, how can they die? Therefore, what is that? They appeared, then they disappeared. And anything appears, disappears is unreal. And that which never appeared when things appeared, never disappeared when things disappeared, that is reality. That is Chaitanya Atma. That cannot be recognized unless these coverings are removed. They are given, the coverings are there because of too much value given to that. Why the value given? Thinking that they are real. And all that only in your acceptance. वस्तु है वो भी एक्सेप्टेंस है, उसमें सुख है वो भी एक्सेप्टेंस है, इसलिए वो मुझे चाहिए वो भी एक्सेप्टेंस है, इसलिए मुझे काम करना है वो भी एक्सेप्टेंस है, करना भी एक्सेप्टेंस है, वो फल पाना भी एक्सेप्टेंस. ऑल दीज आर आवर इमेजिनेशंस, ऑल आवर इंसिस्टेंसेस, ऑल आवर आवेशास. As long as they are there, it will be there. As long as you insist on snake is there. First, accept the possibility that it may not be snake, something else. Then you inquire. When you inquire, you will come to know the rope which was never seen by you as reality. And in the knowledge of rope, you come to understand that snake was never there, which you are believing as the real earlier. So too, when the world which we are living is taken as real, like the snake is taken real. But what is there behind the world, like behind the snake is, this rope was there, Paramatma only. But you are for various emotions, feelings, you are not living the snake. So to because various vasana, desires, values given, importance given, insistence given, we are not dropping this world. Therefore, the self is not revealed. So the Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, the Ashtanga Yoga make us drop the world. Jnana Yoga wakes us up to the reality. intricacies of each these sadhanas we have to understand, and we should know that all these sadhanas are this purpose. Knowingly, when we keep on doing, we can see the changes happening in us. In the same way, like the dream, yatha swapnamaya jiyavah jayate mriyate, tatha, what is that? Jiva ami sarve. Even in the waking plane also, all the jivas are born and dying. Means what? Appearing and disappearing. Now we have to become little subtle and little open to understand. Is it not? In our own life of whatever the age you have now, how many people, their relativity with you and interaction activities were born and dead? So many were born and dead. But did they really born and dead? No, they were appeared and disappeared only. At a higher, loftier vision, if you see, what you see the world as is only appearance and disappearance. The movie appeared on the theater, it disappeared. It was not created. So, in the Jagrata, Tatha Jiva Ami Sarve Bhavanti na Bhavanti. Means what? They are, Bhavanti means they are appearing and disappear. रूप में दिखते हैं. Therefore, they are not real. Therefore, it's called Abhavanti. Na Bhavanti. Again, I'll explain. Yatha Swapnamaya Jivaha Jayate Mriyate. Understood? The Swapna Purusha and the Swapna Purusha's Jagat, in the Jagat variety of people and variety of things, situation and interaction. All of that is Jayate Mriyate in your language. Actual language may appear and disappear. Example. Same way, Tata Ami Sarve Jiva Bhavanti. Bhavanti means what? Like the dream, they appear and disappear. ऐसा ही होता है. भवंती मीन्स जन्म लेता है नहीं. भवंती मीन्स ऐसा ही होता है. जस्ट लाइक जन्म मरण हुआ की तरह लगा, लेकिन एक्चुअली जो हुआ कि वो अपीयरेंस एंड डिसअपीयरेंस ही था. So too in the waking plane also, everything appears to be born and dying. They are not born or dying, they are appearing and disappearing like the dream. That's called as the meaning of the word bhavanti. Therefore, what do you conclude about the dream? Is it real? No. That's called na bhavanti. In the same way, the waking world also, like the dreamer, came and gone, born and dead, appeared and disappeared. But in reality, na bhavanti, never it was there. And why bhavanti? Because you only have valued it. You only had your thought. That's why thought created is a word. So for every emotion, every relation, every event, as long as you maintain the thought, it remains. All that has gone into the laya avastha in nidra bija avastha, that's why you say none of them are there. But in the jnana udaya sthiti of the absolute truth, even the bija bhi chale aate hain. Therefore, never ever again rebirth of the rupa nama happen. As if it is real. You may play the game. You can play the game. But still it is not real. So that is how bhavanti na bhavanti. So tata jiva ami sarve bhavanti. Matlab, in the same way like the dream, all the beings are like dream only, appear and disappear, born and dead, but na bhavanti, just like dream is not real, so too they are not real. This is what you have to contemplatively come to understand. As I said, the more we have asanas and desires and reality given to the world and so many expectations and all, we will not like this thought only. इसलिए विवेक वैराग्य से उन सब खचरा को निकालना है. Then we are ready for this. That's why everybody is not given this wisdom. Even it's given, they don't take. You and I also are listening, but we are not literally following. That's why our realization of self will be so slow only. And that will happen only when we accept it this way, that like the dream, the waking also, all appearing, disappearing in the chitta or in the self, but not real. Now these words you must be understanding. Self, unmodifying, what is the meaning of it? Maya, covering the self and projecting on the self only the world. The meanings of that you must understand. Maya or avidya. And the sankalpa, which is sustaining the world. Then the mithyatva, the appearance. These words must be clear to you now, which we were using from so many years right from the beginning of our study. Now, deeper understandings must have come for all of us. For that only this study. And the example of dream, etc. have to be so many times we have to analyze. तभी जा करके इवन इन द जागृत का हम सच्चाई हकीकत क्या है महसूस कर सकते हैं. And remember, these are knowledges that can be discussed with the equally level intellected people only, not with the others, though they are very closely related to you otherwise, but the worldly people. उनके दिमाग में घुसेगा ही नहीं. This knowledge you can't talk to your wife or husband. Because they may be a different level. It is your own personal. But there may be some friends in the society, some co-students who can think like this. So together you can have a discussion and enhance or strengthen or remember. कोई नहीं है तो खुद ही अपना नोट्स लिख के बात आंख बंद करके देखते जाओ. First analyze the dream. Now I am woken up. Is the world of dream is there, not there? Therefore it's unreal. Yet unreal that time, what how it was there, it has appeared. And what was there actually? Conscious self only. In the conscious self, it's ignorance only. Swapna Purusha became, Chitta came. In the Chitta, the Swapna Anubhava Karta, Swapna Jagat, and Anubhava of the Swapna, all the trio came. In the same way, in the conscious world, maybe I am the pure consciousness which alone is, which cannot be even talked in any language also. But in that only the triodam, I the experiencer, the world experiencer to contact between these two called as experience. So this triputi is born and dying, born and dying, born and dying. That is what is a jagat. And that is neither born nor dying, it's only appearing, disappearing. The wave is an appearance in water and it is disappearing. Wave is not created in the water nor it is destroyed. जन्म मरण नहीं होता लहर का उसका appearance disappearance होता है and it is eternal and is not touching the water at all. Water neither born when wave is born nor dying when wave dies. So I am that self which is not born when the world is imagined nor dying when the world is dissolved. In me, that such self like ocean or water, the wave rupee, the worlds are coming and going. First, this is the theory. Be convinced about it. What is meditation, Swami Vyas? Working out on that. What is working out on? In the identification as well as in the perception and experience of the triode, we have to transcend it. त्रिपुटी के अनुभव को हमें पार करके उस त्रिपुटी के आधार में जो आत्मा है उस अनुभव को पाना ध्यान का लक्ष्य है. So in that experiences, first you have to devalue. Then experience to do, we have to devalue. Then experiencer, we have to devalue. When the devalued, that substratum which was appearing like these three are is apprehended. If you don't devalue, you will always be hidden about the truth. You only live as a Jagrat Purusha, eking out experiences of the world experience through various content. और ये चलता रहता माया. It is endless. For lives together also, even that again taking birth and birth in another place, in another family, which is real. Like all your parents, anybody died, they're already taken birth somewhere. कोई तुरंत लेते हैं, कोई 2 साल के बाद, कोई 20 साल के बाद, कोई 50 साल के बाद. In between, they may go through other yonis. All this is true only in the relative world, absolutely. But in the absolute, nothing of these are there. परमात्मा परब्रह्म का अज्ञान में ही मतलब उनको नहीं जानने के समय में ही all these brahmanda srishtis brahma vishnu maheshwara all of them are talked and valued. They are at that level step by step realities, but ultimate realities none of them are real, only Parabrahma. This theory should be very thorough in us. Then comes the understanding about where do I stand, what is the evolution for me, for that what is the sadhana. So swapna, same way, yatha mayamaya jiva jayate mrete vicha. The jiva created by the Mayavi, born and died. Actually, appearance and disappearance. Neither born nor dead, nor appearing nor disappearing. Is it not? Born and dead नहीं ऐसा जैसा था वो रियल तो था ही नहीं वो अपियर डिसअपियर हुआ बट रियल नहीं था. दैट्स द पॉइंट. तथा जीवामि सर्वे भवन्ति एंड न भवन्ति च. Second one, third one, यथा निर्मितिकः जीवः जायते म्रियते. Like machinery created things also, they appear to be born and dying. They are not born and died. They only have appeared, disappeared. Anything which appears and disappears is not reality. And what it appears and disappears, that is reality. That reality never changes. That is why the appearance. Because water cannot change, that the appearance and disappearance of wave is happening. Because the gold remains as the gold all the time as it is, that it can be appeared as various ornaments and disappeared. Is it not? If the gold itself has some change in it, then it will not allow another thing to happen on that. It will not allow some name form to happen on that. That's how the tattva has none of the things. That's how everything is imposed on tattva. But it's only imposed. It is not touching that tattva. तत्व का रियली अलग है, उसका स्टेटस ही अलग है, कुछ भी उसको स्पर्श नहीं करता. Now the bhashya of these three shlokas is one go. Bhagavan says simply, Maya Mayah Maya Vina Yah Krutaha Nirmitagaha Mantra Aushadhi Adivi Nishpaditaha. These are the things. Swapna anybody knows, therefore Bhagavan did not comment on that. Maya and Nirmitika. He explained, which we saw yesterday. Maya is Jadugar, Nirmitika is robot type of things. Then total thought. Swapna, Maya, Nirmitikaha. Swapna created, Maya created, Nirmitika created. What are they? Andajadayaha Jivaha. So Andajan, Svedajan, Vapi, Jivan, Pashudyan, Sada, which was quoted there in the 6-5 slokas back. So the 4 type of Jiva, Andaja, born from the eggs, Svedaja, moisture, Jaraija, placenta, and Udbija, from the earth. So all the Jivas, all the variety of births which happen through Andaja, Svedaja, Jaraija, Udbija, through all these, Swapna में, Maya में, as well as Nirmitik में, यथा जायन्ते म्रियन्ते च, they are born and dying. What is born? He is only throwing a challenge to us by writing like this the mantra and also the bhashya कि जैसे वो जन्म लेते हैं मरते हैं वैसे ही सारे मनुष्य आदि जन्म लेते हैं मरते हैं. In fact, if you are taking the janama and marana of the manushas as real, that means all the swapnamaya nirmitika also you are taking as real. Arre, no Swamiji, we went it for only entertainment and we understood that it is not real, it's only appearance. If you take Swapnamaya and Nirmitika as appearance and disappearance, not real birth and death, then same way, all the Manushas which you are seeing, including yourself also, are only appearance, disappearance. They are not really born, not really dead. तो चारों एक ही तरह के हैं, उसमें तीन को तुम एक तरह एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हो, चौथा और एक तरह, वही आपको फंसा रहा है. Either all the 4 are real or all the 4 are unreal. So all the 3 are unreal, everybody accepts Swapna, Maya and Nirmitika. Then when they are unreal, this also is unreal only. But you are insisting to be a real, therefore appearing to be real. And the definition of real is that which always remains the same. Now, which are the jivas which are born in the waking plane are always same. निरंतर बदल रहे हैं. All the उपाधियां बदल रहे हैं, रूपनाम बदल रहा है. Then how can you call it as real? So this is how patiently we have to apply these logics and slowly from the core of our heart, whatever the reality that is given to the world, we have to slowly reduce and remove and replace it by it is imaginary appearance and disappearance. Then inquiry starts. What is that on which these are appearing and disappearing? At that time, because they are not real, it is easy to give them up. When you give them up, that substratum is experienced. In the substratum, not even appearance, disappearance also are there. Really. That alone is there. But you can play the game of appearance, disappearance. Like once you know it's a rubber chip kali, you can throw it on others to frighten others. Kill. You know it is not real, but you can just play. So this is how these 3 shlokas. Now, in the 71th is the conclusion of the entire theme, conclusion of the entire Mandukya Upanishad's purpose, and what ultimately our Karika Kara's philosophy of Ajatavada, all of that are concluded in this 71st shloka. So if you ask me, Swami, tell me one Karika of the entire Upanishad, this is one, 71, which is repeated. which was the last sloka of the Advaita Prakaranam also, the 48th mantra there. These are all the purpose of the Karikas, ultimate. And this particular shloka's conclusion is what? Therefore, nothing of the world is real. What is there is in Brahma or Atma, and that is you, which is in the Ayamatma Brahma in the Mula Upanishad. So, what is said in the Mula Upanishad, Ayamatma Brahma, to give that experience to us, the Atma which is experienced as Jagra Swapna Sushupti, and because of which the entire world is real. All these are rejected in a Vaitatya, Advaita, and Alatha Shanti up to this. The purpose ultimate of the Upanishad is Mukti. Mukti comes only in the Ayamatma Anubhava experience. Ayamatma Brahma Anubhava. But am I experiencing myself to be the Brahma? No. Then I am experiencing myself as Jivadi, and for me the Jagat is there. So Jivadi are rejected by the Omkara Upasana Ityadi, in which Jagra Swapna Supashuddha Purusha is denied, and the entire Dvaita Jagat, right from Vaitatya Prakarana through various Shastra, quotation, and logics, they are all disproved. And all the disproval of everything except Brahma is done in this 7th one sloka. And Brahma Anubhuti is said already in the beginning. Om iti etadaksharam idagam sarvam tasya upavyakhyanam bhutam bhavat bhavishyati sarvam omkara eva yachanya trikalaatitam tadapyonkare eva. Sarvam etad Brahma, and finally Ayamatma Brahma. Ayamatma Brahma is Mahavakya. Sarvam etat Brahma, फिर on the Brahma, the whole world is created. Tasyopa Vyakhyanam Bhutam Bhavat Bhavishyat Sarvam Omkar Echana Trikalatitam. That is the Upanishad version. All that is delusory, unreal, that are the Karikas proof. Karikas have went on talking on that only. As I told you again and again, 10 times you have to study to catch the crux of every shloka and its connection with the earlier and next one, and the entire meaning of that particular prakarana, and all the prakaranas, each of them intimate knowledge, total thought. To get that type of mastery, 8-10 बार आपको thoroughly पढ़ना है. But that effort of 10 times study has such a tremendous beautiful result that doubtless conviction comes to us about the truth of the reality and untruthness of the entire world. Thereafter you will not be a samsar. एक बार जान लिया कि सांप नहीं है, you will not be afraid, no? Means any vyavahara is not possible of the binding. So to once you know that the world is unreal, there is no bondage possible at all. That's the highest benefit. So I am to thinking in this life or some life, study Mandukya alone 10 times thoroughly till every shloka is digested intellectually and sadhana is done about that. Whatever is to be done, then also experience. Okay, now what is the mantra? Nakaschid jayate jivaha sambhavosya na vidyate etat uttamam satyama yatra kinchid jayate. Therefore, with the Swapna example and Maya example and also Nirmitika example, we have proved that in the Jagra Jagat also, whatever we are experiencing, na kaschit jayate jivaha. Therefore, there is no chance of birth of the jiva. No jiva is born. Na kaschit jivaha jayate. Which jiva na jayate? Jiva me is na jayate. And all the jivas whom I am seeing in my travel wherever I go, or even my dream, etc., none of them are actually not born. वही संभव अस्य न विद्यते क्योंकि उसका कारण ही संभव इज कारण द cause also is not there for it. Now what is the cause of the entire world? Parabrahma. Is Parabrahma cause of anything? No. Then where from the world came? Only in your imagination that it is there. Other than that, in the Brahma there is no chance of it appearing or being born as Jagat. Therefore संभव अस्य न विद्यते. मतलब सिवाय हमारे इग्नोरेंस का, सिवाय हमारे इंसिस्टेंस का, इस जगत का जन्म स्थिति मरण का कोई दूसरा कारण ही नहीं है. Then why our insistent imagination? Bevakufi, that we don't want to accept that you are Brahman or reality. When that is accepted, that imagination goes away, then the whole world which was imagined as real goes away. So na kaschit jayate jivaha. Therefore, no jiva is actually born. व्यष्टि जीवा नहीं है, ईश्वर भी नहीं है. Why? Sambhavaha asya na vidyate. Because the karana is not there for them. Because in Parabrahma, he is not a cause of anything. He is unchangeable, unmodifying. Ajaha, ajaraha, then avikari, then amrita. So many times we studied that. No, these are all logic should lift us to that understanding. ये एब्सोल्युटली अनरियल, खामखा मैं वैल्यू दे रहा हूँ इसलिए है। और ये तद उत्तमम सत्यम, दिस इज व्हाट इज उत्तम सत्य अमंग सो मेनी सत्यास आर देयर एट वेरियस लेवल्स ऑफ साधना। दिस द उत्तम सत्यम, that yatra kinchit na jayate, yatra yasmin brahmani kinchit something api anumatravi na jayate, that thing is manifest or born or created. What is the non-uttama satyas? Non-uttama satyas are karma yoga, bhakti yoga, ashtanga yoga. They are all satya because they are there. They are satya because when you do them they will give result. They are satya because you have to do them, but they are not uttama satya. They are all vyavaharika sadhana sthayi satya. Like dream was satya in the dream, but not when you wake up. So to in the Uttama Satya they are not there, but at their level they are all Satya. But Uttam to यही है, एतत् उत्तमम सत्यम यत्र किंचित न जायते. Therefore, by saying so, Bhagavan is proving that he is not so rigid to reject all of them. He says they may be also Satya, but at the lower level. उत्तम तो ये है. तो मैं तुम्हारे लिए मेरा थोड़ा कॉम्प्रोमाइज किया कि मैंने उनको भी एक्सेप्ट किया. अब तुम भी थोड़ा कॉम्प्रोमाइज होकर मेरी बात सुनो कि वो सब उत्तम सत्य नहीं है, ये उत्तम सत्य है. Like Yuddha. The reasons for Yuddha are correct from a Russia standpoint. Reasons are correct. For Yuddha is not correct because those reasons can be fulfilled by other means of peaceful dialogues also. ठीक है ना, युद्ध करना भी सत्य है, बट उत्तम सत्य है ना, उत्तम सत्य क्या है, बिना युद्ध का भी जो तुम चाहते हो पा सकते हो. इन द सेम वे दिस इज उत्तम सत्यम यत्र किंचित न जायते. No, the commentary of it by Karika Bhashakara is very less here, and he is telling us refer to that meaning I gave already in the mantra 48. Let us read this one, and if you have understood it enough, if not, we just refer in 5 minutes that Bhashya again of 48th mantra of Advaita Prakaranam. See, Vyavahara Satya Vishaye Jivanam Janma Maranadihi. Okay, Vyavahara Vishaya, and in the Vyavahara, for the sake of Vyavahara, up to that level it is Satya. What are they? Jivanam Janma, Jivanam Marana Adi. How? Jiva Sapna Adi, Jivavat iti Uktam. So, just like the dream, the Vyavahara, Vyavaharika Satya only, the Janma Marana of the Jivas are there. Just like when you wake up from dream, dream is unreal, so from the absolute standpoint, they are all unreal. Uttamam tu Paramartha Satyam. What is the Uttama Paramartha Satya? Na kaschit jayate jivaha iti. That jiva is never born only. Ukta artham anyata. Means the remaining thing is already spoken to you. If you want, go back to your shloka number 48 of the earlier. I'll just read for you and explain in 2-3 minutes so that you get an idea. Let me see. So 48th mantra, na kaschit jayate jivaha sambhavosya na vidyate tattvam satyamitra kinchana jayate Advaita Prakarana, last mantra 48. Meaning, na kaschid jayate jivaha. So, jiva is never born. Who is jiva? Karta bhokta cha. Na utpadyate kenachitapi prakarena. So, what is the meaning na kaschid jayate? By any means, he is not born the karta bhokta. Ataha, swabhavataha ajasya. That Parabrahma, which is by nature aja, which was being talked there again and again in the Advaita Prakarana. वो अजपात को पकड़कर ये पूर्व पक्षी again holds the neck of the Siddhanti in the next mantra that then the ajaha also you can't talk about Paramatma because that aja is said in the Shastra. और सिद्धांत से ठीक है बाबा हम भी छोड़ देते हैं आपके लिए अजा अव्यक्त words भी. No words are applicable to Parabrahma, but he is there, you experience him and get liberated. That is how the Siddhanti is ready to drop even all Shastras also in the Brahma. But to reach Brahma, they are required at this level. So, Swabhavata Ajasya Asya. Asya means na kashti jayate jivaha karta bhokta, never born. Then Asya Sambhavaha na vidyate, the second line, that has to be explained. What is Asya? Swabhavata Ajasya Asya. That Parabrahma Paramatma, which by nature is unborn, of this Ekasya Atmana, the one who is one without second, Sambhava means Karanam na vidyate nasti. Means what? He is neither Karana for something else, nor he has a Karana other than him. Therefore, Yasmat na vidyate asya Karanam. Because he has no Karana, Tasmat na kaschit jayate jiva iti etat. He is never a cause for anything. However, from him, jiva is not expressed as an effect. Purveshu earlier upayatvena uktanam satyanam. Before the Brahmajnana, variety of the upayas were taken for sadhana of the Brahmajnana. At that time, they were all satya because they have to be done. So, among all those satyas at the level of upasana, they were at that level relatively satya. But when you come to the Siddhanta final level, this is the Uttama Satyam, not they are. Uktanam Satyanam etad Uttamam Satyam. Purveshu upayatvena Uktanam Satyanam. Earlier, all the upayas, when they were insisted to be practiced by you, at that time they were accepted as satya. इसको भी ऐड करके आप कंपेयर करके बोलो which is the उत्तम सत्य ये तद उत्तमम सत्यम. What is that उत्तम सत्य? यस्मिन् सत्य स्वरूपे ब्रह्मणि अणुमात्रमपि किंचित न जायते इति. In that parabrahma rupa satya, यस्मिन् parabrahmani satya रूप स्वरूपे, in that Parabrahma, which is ultimate truth, Anumatramapi kinchit na jayate. Even an iota also, nothing is born. Not it is dying, nor it is real. It is maximum only the sadhana काल में वो व्यावहारिक सत्य है. Ultimate में वो भी नहीं है. So what is the meaning here? In the Brahma sthiti, upasya daivas, in the form of Rama, Krishna, ityadi, variety of upasanas done for them. And the upasana prakriyas, and all the prakriyas giving shastra, and the shastra teaching guru. Is it not? All of them are the satya at that level, but ultimate में वो सब भी नहीं है. That is why Bhagavan says sarva dharman, after doing, after reaching the result of those dharma practice, even those dharma also parityajya. Then only we can do mam ekam sharanam raja. Then only sarva papebhya mokshayashyami happens. Mam ekam sharanam raja is focusing on the absolute truth. Sarva papebhya mokshayashyami means the ignorance of the cells at that level goes away. You will establish in the experience of self. उसका कोई doubt नहीं रहेगा. What is the reality? There is no doubt thereafter. But though it is little far away, at least we have started studying. जारी रखते रहो इसको. धीरे धीरे आज नहीं तो कल, कल नहीं तो परसों, धीरे धीरे बातें गल समझ में आने लगते हमको. Now again, little more discussion is done about the chitta. What is actually chitta and its role? What it exactly? It's a beautiful topic it is. And what is proved through logic in the next two shlokas is even that chitta in which the spandana happened because of the world appeared. That chitta inherently, natively within itself, it is never away apart, independent of the Atma only. Atma only is chitta. Therefore, nirvishaya, nispandita, chitta is Atma. Atma, as if imagined to have happened, the spandana is appearing as chitta. अगर आप चित्त के ही भी ऊपर फोकस करोगे, on the effort of that focus on chitta, spandana goes away. When the spandana goes away, chitta disappears. What remains is chit. Basing on this only, Bhagavan Sri Ramavanshi always asks us, ask what is mind or what is you. What will happen in the asking of what is mind, what is you, both of them disappear. What remains is the real you. This is the way you discover it. मानसम तुके मारणे कृते नैव मानसम मार्गे आशवात्. और अयम अहम कुतः भवति चिन्वतः अयि पतति अहम निज विचारणम अहमिनाशवाजी अहम अहम तया स्फुरति हृत्स्वयं परम पूर्ण सतु. So all that what he said are nothing but what our Karikakara at the highest level he has explained. And at this level, what Ramana says, what Gaudapada Shankara says, they match. But it's only for Ati Uttama Adhikari. Ati Uttama Adhikari is he who has got tremendous vairagya for the entire bhoga of the world, total detachment from Dehendra Manobuddhyadi. They were ready to forego the gross, subtle, individual, total worlds. Such Uttamadhikari alone is fit for doing this meditation, in which he will discover that self, in which nothing was born, whether you call Ananta Koti Brahmanda, Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara, or Ishvara, or Jiva, or so many Antajas Vedaja, or their mutual relation, and the cosmos, the world, the nature, and the destruction of nature, spoiling of it. And in that Kala Prabhava, say 4 yugas are happening. Each of the yuga, these are the Lakshanas are there. That's how the people will be like that. ये सारा होलसेल में इन दैट एब्सोल्यूट ट्रुथ सिलेक्ट एंड डिलीट होता है. In the absence of the knowledge of that absolute truth alone, these are all valid. And each of them are satyam at that level to evolve us. But as we go to the earlier next level, this is asatyam. Like as long as you are in the office, you are in satyam. But when you are retired, the asatyam. जब तक सर्विस में हो तभी वो सत्य है ना. उसके बाद इज सत्यम. इट इज सो मच असत्यम that you don't even remember the office. Sometimes the office itself will be closed, it may be shifted somewhere else. वो ब्रांच ही नहीं रहता. जिस बैंक में मैं काम कर रहा था वो दूसरे में मर्जी हो गया. हाउ वाज इट गॉट मर्ज? बिकॉज असत्यम. इफ ये सत्य होता तो मर्ज होता ही नहीं वो. बट हाउ आई गॉट रिटायर्ड? बिकॉज आई एज एन एम्प्लॉय आल्सो इज असत्यम, देयरफॉर आई गॉट रिटायर्ड. So too, why will I die? I die because I am an unreal. Unreal only is born, unreal only is dying. Real is never born, real is never dying. That aspect of the unborn, undying reality is there in me. As me, realizing that is the acme of spiritual perfection. Try for that. Okay, little touch we do. Chitta spanditam evedam grahya grahakavat dvayam chittam nirvishayam nityam asangam tena kirtitam. Now, the beautiful shloka it is, I tell you. But then to understand and to be deeply at that level on Siddha meditation calls for a lot of tyaga. अब विषयों में फंसकर, इंद्रियों में फंसकर, रजोगुण में तमोगुण में फंसकर, ये शुद्ध सत्व गुण वाला ज्ञान को पाने की इच्छा, प्रैक्टिस करने की इच्छा, अनुभव पाने की इच्छा, वो तो असंभव होता है. That's why we have to work out this gross world and subtle worlds and see that we are no more interested in them. इसलिए कोई ईश्वर इत्यादि का उपासना करके कुछ मांगना है उनसे तो इतना मांगो भगवान, ये जागृत स्वप्न सुषुप्ति आदि जगतों से मुझे वैराग्य दिला दो, सिर्फ स्वरूप तुरीय अवस्था को ही पाने की मुझे इच्छा दे दो. इज द ओनली वर्दी रियल प्रेयर. बट इवन टू प्रे फॉर दैट यू हैव टू हैव द गट्स. जनरल प्रेयर्स आर व्हाट? गिव मी गुड ड्रीम्स, गिव ए गुड स्लीप, गिव मी गुड वेकिंग एक्सपीरियंसेस. यही सब लोग मांगते हैं. You know, because they're never exposed to the Vedanta where it speaks about the untruth and reality of them, and they speak about the truth and reality of the self. It's a beautiful shloka it is. क्या कहते हैं? I'll only say it today, touch it, explain tomorrow. Chitta spanditam eva idam grahya grahakavat dvayam. So entire life is only two things, grahya and grahaka. I am the grahaka, I am the experiencer. The world is grahya, experience do, and the experience of the world is grahana. This is how this whole ALAATHA Shanti Prakarana started. So what is said right from the beginning as a quotation and explanation is concluded here. Therefore, the entire world of experiencer and experienced is Chitta Spandana. Now, the second thing is very essential. What is that? Chitta by itself is nirvishaya. Has never has any vishaya in it too. Therefore, it is always asangam only. The chitta is never in touch with anything in the world, gross or subtle. At that level of non-touched by any gross or subtle of the chitta, chitta itself is chitta. So where is the entire world? Very real in front of my eyes. You are pakka samsari. Never use the thinking or logic. I have analyzed the world with the help of Mandukya and understood both the world of experiencer and experienced are in the chitta spandana. You have at least reached to one level. But that chitta in whose spandana the world is there, it is nirvishayam and nissangam. In its own inherent nascent nature, in that there is no vishaya, content or objectness. Therefore, it has never sangha with all these spandana and created the world. That nirvishayam and asangam chittam is what? That is what Atma. This is a very sublime thing. Tomorrow, with Bhashya, when you study, you will be able to touch upon some deeper aspects for meditation. But all this only in the class. इसको आप घर ले जाकर ध्यान में यूज करना है. तभी we transcend world, we transcend chitta and its spandana, we enter into conscious self. If you are interested, do it. Do it only. And this doing of knowing the self, which is beyond chitta and its spandana, demands its exclusive attention. You can't do anything other than that, because anything other than that then gives importance to the world and the spandana and the chitta, and at the level of the presence of chitta and its spandana in the world, the real self can never be touched. It's like you want to see the waking world's experiences by being in the dream. You have to drop every aspect of dream, only then you can experience waking. In the same way, every aspect of the waking world, when we devalue and exclusively try to attend to the self on the seat of meditation, that we transcend the Jagat and transcend the Spandana, transcend the Chitta, reach to the Chitta. Chitta spanditameva edam grahya grahakavata dvayam tat chittam chittam tat nirvishayam nityam asangam tena kirtitam. What a beauty. The final touches. A very good shloka. There are as early as possible with all the logics, may we understand and get convinced about it. And that on the seat of meditation, in the deepest meditation of the intellect, we go step by step into that zone of experience. These are zones of experiences, planes of experiences. The ignorance planes are these three, and the wisdom plane is only fourth stage, Turiyanva. And it's by choice. You want to run in these three or you want to go into that. The one who chooses the fourth plane is spiritual seeker, and he'll have to give up all the three. Further, we'll see tomorrow. Chitta spanditam evedam grahya grahakavadvayam chittam nirvishayam nityam asangam tena kirtitam. योस्ति कल्पित संवृत्त्या परमा अर्थेन नास्त्यसौ परतंत्रापि संवृत्त्या स्यान्नास्ति परमार्थतः अज कल्पित संवृत्त्या परमार्थेन नाप्यजः परतंत्रापि निष्पत्त्या संवृत्त्या जायते सः अभूतापि निवेशोऽस्ति त्वयं तत्र न विद्यते त्वया भावं स बुद्ध्वैव निर्निमित्तो न जायते यदा न लभते हेतुः उत्तम अधो मध्यमान् तदा न जायते चित्तं हेतु अवे फलं कुतः अनिमित्तस्य चित्तस्य यानोत्पत्ति समाद्वया अजातस्य सर्वस्य चित्तदृश्यमि तत् यतः बुद्ध्वा निमित्तां सत्यां हेतुं पृथग्नमाप्नुवन् हीतशोकं तदा कामम् अभयं पदमश्नुते अभूतायपि निवेशाद्य सदृशेतत् प्रवर्तते वस्तुभावं स बुद्ध्वैव निसङ्गमिन्वर्तते निवृत्तस्य प्रवृत्तस्य निश्चलाय तदा स्थितिः विषयस्य हि बुद्धानां तत्साम्यमजमद्वयम् अजमनिद्रमस्वप्नं प्रभातं भवति स्वयं सकृद्विभातो हि एवैष धर्मो धातु स्वभावतः सुखमावृते नित्यं दुःखं विपरीते सदा यस्य कस्यचित् धर्मस्य ग्रहेण भगवानसौ अस्ति नास्त्यस्ति नास्तीति नास्ति नास्तीति वा पुनः चलस्थिरो भवयाभावैरावृणोत्येव बालिशः. So each of the shlokas are triple double PhD level. First, I have to thoroughly study and feel it, then I have to explain. Therefore, though we are left only with 30 more shloka, even if it takes one more month, we should not hesitate because we try our best to listen, talk. Then that remains as a store in the YouTube and all. Whenever you feel that you can meditate, you can listen it. At that time, you may deeply understand. तो इस तरह से हमारा ये अध्याय ना इसका फिर उसके बाद जो तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद होगा दैट इज नॉट सो टफ लाइक दिस इज टक 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 देयर इज ओनली सिद्धांत एक्सप्लेन देयर लाइक दिस द लॉजिक द विवेक इतना नहीं होता उसमें बट व्हाट इज गिवन बाय उपनिषद ऋषि इज एक्सप्लेन टू अस बाय अवर भाष्यकारा बस उसको साधना ही करना पड़ता है इससे दिमाग लगाकर लड़ने की जरूरत नहीं so that will be easier. But this is not only tough, but very essential because it takes us to higher level of contemplation, inquiry and logic, which sorts out so many problems in our misunderstandings. ठीक है सब देखेंगे हम ओम 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 ओम. Today was Bhagwan Surya, Deva Shakti for our outer worldly safety as well as spiritual sadhana we discussed about. So please do the Surya Upasana as much as possible and be blessed. Hari Om. पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु मण्डूकमहर्षे गौडपादाचार्यवर्याय आद्यशङ्करसद्गुरुभ्यो नमः थैंक्स 10 minutes we'll spend to chant our sixth chapter of Gita. That also will start and we stop. किसी न किसी को काम को आएगा बाद में वचन रूप